Now I want to focus in on the frequencies that are used by the wireless LAN. And wireless LAN is the most common technology worldwide. And so when we talk about the specific frequencies of wireless LANs, we're talking about the US and Europe and Asia and Australia and Africa and the Middle East. They're all using the same frequency bands. Now previously you saw that the spectrum band varied from the very low frequencies to the very high all the way up to the gamma rays, and we said, okay, these are the radio waves. Now when we look at that spectrum that's focused around the radio waves, it's actually split up into different chunks, and those different chunks are given different names, and those names vary between different countries around the world. So here we're looking at a slide which is from the United States. And so the United States, the Federal Communications Commission, the FCC, have defined the industrial, scientific, and mechanical bands. Right? And you can see these are defined for specific usages. And then within that, that can be broken down even further, or you could have some bands which have multiple names and different usages in them. And so it's important here to recognize that you'll sometimes hear certain names for certain bands and that they vary in different countries around the world. And I might say we're deploying the wireless LAN in the 2.4 gigahertz band, and that band may be called the ISM band in North America and will be called something else in Europe. Now, I know you've all been waiting to find out about the frequencies that the wireless LAN's been deployed in. So this one of two frequencies is most common. This is the 2.4 gigahertz band. This is where your 802.11b was deployed. So this is very, very popular, very, very widely deployed worldwide. But it's not only 802.11b that was deployed in this band. Your microwave oven also operates in part of this band, normally up around about the 2.45 gigahertz band, so slightly around the middle of the 2.4 gigahertz band. You'll find cordless phones in this band. You even find some car alarm sensors. Some of the other more common things you'll find here will be things like Zigbee sensors, if you've heard of the Zigbee standard. Also, your Bluetooth operates here. If you have a Bluetooth headset operating with your cell phone, that Bluetooth headset is operating in this band as well. So what does it mean if you've got microwave ovens and you've got cordless phones and you've got wireless LANs and you've got Bluetooth headsets operating in the same frequency band? What it means is that they interfere with each other. And so the wireless LAN technology was actually written and defined to actually coexist with other technologies that are operating in that band. But the more interference there is, then the more the impact will be on the performance of your wireless LAN system. And we're going to talk a lot more about that later on. The other band that is being increasingly used is the 5 gigahertz band. Now, 802.11a is deployed in this frequency band, but it really wasn't very successful and it really didn't catch on very much, and people preferred B and G, which operates in the 2.4 gigahertz band. And the reason is what I mentioned to you earlier. Up in the higher frequency bands, the signals don't go as far, they attenuate more, i.e. the signal doesn't go as far, therefore I can't have as good as coverage as I can in the 2.4 gigahertz band for the same transmitted power. And so a lot of people prefer the 2.4 simply because the coverage is better. Now the 5 gigahertz band also has other technology that operates there. You'll see, for instance, other types of cordless phones that have emerged. I've seen baby monitors up in the 5 gigahertz band, so you will see other sources of devices that interfere in this band as well with your wireless LAN operations. But typically, this band has less noise in it. So, for instance, I was at Train Signal a couple of months ago, and I was looking at what wireless LANs were operating in their corporate head office, and I didn't see any noise in the 5 gigahertz band. Everybody had deployed their wireless LANs in the 2.4 gigahertz band, and I could see the microwave ovens and the cordless phones, etc., operating in that band. But the 5 gigahertz band was absolutely clear in their corporate location. And so quite often people will say, why don't I deploy in the 5 gigahertz band? Yes, the coverage isn't as good, but I have a cleaner environment, less subject to interference and noise caused by other devices. Now, simply as an FYI, Cisco doesn't currently have any products that operate in the 700 megahertz band, but there are a lot of discussions about Wi-Fi in the 700 megahertz band. There are products out there, and they're sometimes called super Wi-Fi. So you can have Wi-Fi operating in other frequency bands, but for the CCNA wireless course and the focus on Cisco products, you can really focus in on the 2.4 and the 5 gigahertz bands.